Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep it quiet again. Dad's napping. We it's getting so close to Christmas, and we didn't want to make anything we had here at home, so we decided to go ahead and splurge and get some Chinese food. In fact, Dad didn't have any for his birthday on the first, so we decided today we'd go ahead and just do it, and don't care if it's carb loaded. Although he's gonna be out for a while because of the. I'm already in the food coma right now, and I was contemplating whether or not I should start this or not, but I'm still kind of anxious to get this part of phase one done here. And I still got several more to go. Um, we're still on chapter three, and we, uh, we got Hebert going to two different schools, so I haven't done anything for Fairy God College yet, so I have to make it up right now. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna attempt to see if I can get it done today. That this part, and who knows, maybe start on the other part before Dad gets up and before I have to shut shut the stream down. And so I'm not gonna be talking very loud, but you should still be able to hear me. I think just by the sound of my audio. In fact, there we go. I got I got this long. Okay, so I got this like long extension here, and it gets tripped over everything. But if I don't have it, then uh, I have problems trying to stretch the headphones out, even though I mostly just listen to one ear. So, but that's okay. Okay, it sounds kind of quiet to me, which is kind of okay because you can just turn it up if you need to. I'm just not gonna talk super loud on purpose. Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to get this done. It's not a normal day. Won't return to a normal day until I guess until Monday the 29th. I suppose. New Year's is not that big of a deal to me. Um, I often stay up to midnight anyways. But even if I didn't, I don't really do that much celebrating on New Year's. Not really. So, uh, next week after Christmas is going to be fairly normal and boring. Anywho, um, so I'll return back to my schedule then. And right now I'm just gonna you know, do a couple bonus streams and see how much I can get done. Be nice if I could get it done. I don't know if I could get phase one done in a few months or sooner. Okay, so let's start here and let's do. I gotta open my notes because it's actually kind of brainstorming stuff here. Uh, Charles Fairy God College. Did I? Oh yeah. Maybe he knows an old girl in the class tries to get her attention. Can't see her. She can't see or hear him because the magic physically keeping her out. Um. Okay, I need to do something, and I know it's boring for people to see me look at the um do the AI, but I guess Chat GPT. What was that? My light flickered for a second. Some sort of weird power thing that looks like. Anyways, now what I got? Um, oh, okay. So, wait a second. This, Oh, see, I didn't tell ChatGPT about this. I did this in a Brave search, which went to Brave Leo. And what was the last thing on this one? Okay, is that um okay. Um I'm working on a new part uh about Hubert getting into very Godcollege. Uh where he's to find out a little bit of info. There's magic stopping him from physically entering, but he's going to try to signal to a fairy godmother he knows. Only problem is they can't. Yeah, it must have been with Leah, wasn't it? Keep forgetting about that. Hmm. I know. Brave. Yeah. Previous conversations. Oh. I just wondered if I could pull up a conversation I had with you yesterday, but since I don't have any link to this station, it doesn't appear I can, I can do that. Huh. Browser sidebar. Oh, all right, fine. Place to go to. Help me brainstorm. Let's see if this is in there. Oh, oh, there we go. Uh, oh, nice, nice. So it's still there as long as I didn't like delete my cookies or whatever. Okay. Oh, I don't know what that is. And okay. Oop, I checked it out, and apparently it's not there, but that's okay. Didn't really expect it. Okay, so okay, so even though he can see through the window, so um, so I had the idea of casting various spells, although Hubert only has half of his magic. So that will make it a bit. Um, I'll just go with that right now. I mean, you can start suggesting stuff. It's not really a big deal here. Spell attempts. Uh, okay, that's all interesting. I wasn't really asking it to do that, but that's fine. That's a thought. I never thought about that. He can't see or hear. She can't see or hear him, but he could adjust things, mess with things that could. Um, let's see. Okay. What I was really trying to figure out is, and I have to think of what I was just thinking of. Since he has only half his magic, trying to teleport in too dangerous. Um, mm, his upper half appears inside Fairy Godcollege. I mean that can very well be it. His lower half is still outside. He's frozen mid spell. Still can't see him. Let's see. Teleport rejection, call me horror. Um, um, yeah, that's not what I'm doing either. Um, so I was thinking of okay. presumably physical what do they call that? Gaining purchase? Presumably using a spell physically they think stop anyone from entering magically as well. And I was thinking, would it be okay if um wait, I was thinking it would be okay thinking earlier that it would be okay for him to maybe attempt rejection because he's not uh um he's not getting through the barrier. He's sort of going around it. I have some other ideas for some other things that are similar where magic where they bend the ripples of magic, so to speak, to get around a ward. That's what it says. I could have just asked it, but three. Reaction should be personal, be imperfect, but peeking through. See movement. Rule bending, not rule breaking. Okay. Words are strict. Magic is literal. Cleverness is about category errors. You're not saying the word doesn't work. You're saying this word works exactly as designed. That's excellent fantasy logic. Okay, so my idea for projection that he'd be able to project his image and sound inside so that the fairy godmother is able to communicate with his half magic. It might only I guess I must have used brave to do that because I come up with the whole idea of actually asking it. Actually, you know what? I could go to my stream yesterday, and I could read that, and I could remember that there. I won't do that right this second, but I could just do that. It wouldn't be a big deal. Uh, project sound. so she could talk to him freely, or his image, which might not be very useful because he needs to talk to her. Yeah, that clarifies the tension. This is a good fork in the road because it often implies very different roles. And I don't know. I thought, let's see, thought projection have a rule. Since the person knows. Right. Right. Hmm. Um, clean rule set, presence magic, information magic. Another idea I had was um, wait, what was that? That violet shadow villains running very Godcollege has used so much effort to keep the physical barrier that she couldn't create the magical barrier. That way, at least I still have the logic here. Um, okay, and then the other thing is the wards are only to stop someone from getting in. Uh, hmm. Also figured if I might have somebody else do magic, so we'll not make that a rule. I think I won't use that rule. There's no rules regarding what they put up towards at least here. Um, but can there still be a justification for being able to use magic through the force field. Even though you can't really use magic to gain entrance. So you can just fight without introducing new hard rules or carving yourself into a corner. You're thinking about this exactly the right way. Here's a clean mental. The word isn't anti-magic, it's anti-entry. That's it. It's designed to stop bodies, objects, or endpoints, some matter crossing the threshold. It's not designed to stop signals, observations, influence without presence. This mirrors how security works intuitively, even in the real world. While this feels natural, even without lore dumps, player already accepts this logic subconsciously. You can shot through a window, but you can't climb through. You can see through glass, you can't pass. Wi-Fi signal passes where a person can't. Magic as signal versus magic as presence is intuitive, even if never stated. So when Hubert can project sound or image, not set through, yeah, that tracks. No explanation required. Teleporting isn't going through the barrier, it's trying to declare a destination inside or anchor a body there, collapse space across the boundary. That's exactly what the word is meant to prevent, so the danger isn't magic doesn't work here, the spell is nowhere safe to land. Just fantastic reason for Hubert not to try it with half magic. Projection slips through because it's incomplete. It has no mask, no anchor, it doesn't claim territory, doesn't cross the threshold physically. It's closer to echo, reflection, remote presence. And with half magic, only one channel holds sound or image, not both. It again feels natural. You can say nothing in just one line. Honestly, don't even need an exposition. If you want one line, it's not stopping the magic, it's stopping me. That's enough. Full stop. Uh, yeah. Define the word by intent, not mechanics. That's a good fantasy design. Um, okay. So I've already decided another thing. I'll present the player with two choices, and they won't know which one they're getting until they choose it. Now, it won't change the play. There's no randomness or anything. Just, you won't know unless until you've hit it or have seen it before. Okay. So one will be audio. He can then converse freely with the fairy godmother inside, and two with visual. He's going to have to get her to project herself outside, and they can have a regular conversation. So now the only question is, how does he gesture to her to use a projection spell? Pick a spell, any spell, surprise. Yeah. Mm. Um, charades. Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad deal. If I can, it'd be funny to kind of figure it out. I mean, I still have to figure this out, right? Okay. There could be something in there. Uh, okay. Well, I don't know if he's gonna supposed to be in the library because there's gonna be princess in the library, and it's got to be a classroom, so it can't be a library. Um, okay, I think I've got it. Okay, I'm I'm thinking of something now. Um, Presumably this is a classroom for teaching vacation fairy godmothers at his little old ladies who wanted to live up their fantasy as a fairy godmother while they were at the resort, and um, they have to take a short course first. So this could be that kind of a classroom. He could point to a book, to uh, I don't know if you call fairy godmothers fairies, if that's supposed to be the idea. Um, Magic wand, wand, basic handbook, spell book, and she could open it, and he, he gestures for her to turn the page until he gets to projection. So then she can project herself outside. I think that actually sounds like a thing that'll work to me. In character, the projection for a basic spell makes a total sense. Silent communication. Hmm. Okay. So now I need to come up with some interesting choices. Just a set of decision points. Um, I mean, I have to come up with something though. Hmm. Hmm. Not actual puzzles, but Something that gives player the feeling of agency. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, got on the chalkboard, desk full of books. Hmm. Normally whisper. Slightly different vibes. Yes. False stakes, roll texture. Which 6 with you were after the same period? Uh, Final thought. Okay, so let's if people keep popping in and then popping back out. What do I do here? Okay. People keep popping in and then popping back out because all I'm doing is kind of sitting here and huh. Okay. So I basically have to figure out uh what kind of choices. So already I'm gonna have a decision point where you choose where you don't know what you're gonna get, but you choose either the audio or the visual path. Audio path is gonna be fairly mundane. It's not gonna have um I almost could have the person that he talks to go inside and maybe sneak into Violet's office and pull something out, something interesting to use, but I I don't know. I don't know about that. Hmm, okay. Okay, so the one thing they need to do is he's going to tap projection and he's going to get your visual, and on the visual work. And so at first she doesn't know what to make of it, and then let's see. She can't see or hear him, so she's not gonna be able to see or hear him anytime except for through this projection thing. So she's only gonna see or hear him, not both. Okay, so let's say okay, she only sees him, she sees this image. He needs to gesture to something. Hmm. Actually, can do a couple of different deals. Ooh. Well, I'm still trying to figure this out a little bit. I'm trying to think a little bit outside the box. She can't see or hear him. He can see her through the deal. He can't communicate with her. The only way he can communicate with her um, is through projection, and it's only going to do either audio or visual. And then visual, he projects himself, but he's silent. Um, let's see. Let's see. He should be able to use any spell, but projecting outside, or she can project outside and have a conversation with him. That's one thing. She would know the spell, so she would probably be able to do that. Huh. I mean, I guess I could do what ChatGPT is saying, or either subtle or you're overreacting wildly, and both of those can still lead to the same thing. And see, um, if you were doing charades and had to communicate your project, how would you do that? Uh, pulling something out of your chest or head, pushing outward with both hands, like launching an invisible duplicate outside. He means projection, shadow puppet technique. Hmm, interesting. Point to spellbook, mind opening it, turn pages eagerly, stop, suddenly, tap page repeatedly. Projection, okay. Failed attempt. Tries to spell a faint, flickering illusory image. Yeah, I just thought of something here. Yeah. Okay. Um. I just want to be able to provide a choice, an extra choice, so it's just not straight up linear. It could be just a narrative choice or something. Hmm. Uh. That's an interesting question. Um. If I were playing charades and I wanted to communicate word project, how would I do it? How would I do it? Uh, reject, eject. Throw forward. uh, the reason I'm having uh, the kind of trouble is I'm trying to think of two different options he can do to gesture that he wants her to use the project spell. One of them be pointing to the books, and now if the books are all on the desks, then he should be able to point to it directly, and you don't have a problem. But that means you might not do the other option, um, or a different way of doing that. Hmm. My brain's not working today. Let's think. I could have an overhead projector. Hmm. Yeah, okay. So if the book is on there, then there is no need for another method in order to communicate. He wants her to use projection spell. And that's mostly a linear path. So where would I make a decision point? No, I have an idea now. However, I need to come up with another spell that would work with Hubert's half magic. Um, oh, no, wait a minute. No, I wouldn't. Do have an idea. Two spells. One is project, and then I have to think of another. And she can do any spell she likes. So I can choose anything for her to do. But she can't physically leave or else she won't be able to get back in again. Okay. Actually, eh, let's do magic mirrors as well. Knowing that she is a woman, probably has a magic mirror compact in her purse. Yeah, that won't work either. That means that he needs a magic mirror. He needs another magic mirror with him, and he doesn't have that. So hmm, okay. I have to think about that one again. Think for a second. Um, no. Well, I don't know. I have to think about it for a second. Hmm. Be something else. Another thought, and I don't want just a yes man answer. I want to know if it seems logical or plausible. What if uh what if she has no problem getting out? Let's see. Well, she's got magic. So they're gonna stop her with magic. Let's assume it's magically protected. Assume since the building magically protected, she can't get out. But and she also can't see or hear Hubert, except when he projects his image. Okay. Uh, so somehow he gets her to open the window, and then is able, no, uh, able to pass her hands through, um, to be able to give him something. Uh, that sounds like it would break any rule. I'm thinking, I'm getting there, I'm almost there. Set up clearly, and here's why. Magical words keeping physical bodies out doesn't necessarily block small things that aren't a person. projection, object interaction. You're combining Hubert's projection with her Yama's actions. Her body can't cross the threshold, but her hand guided magically. Yeah. Um. Okay. Well, also presuming that the way it works is no one can physically get in, and no one can magically get out, and also they can't see or hear outside. It doesn't mean you can't slip stuff outside through the window. That's not stop either. So if Hubert can communicate even visually, he could throw out pencil and paper. Nah, maybe a magic mirror or something. Although he shouldn't be able to do the same thing and that's why I'm wondering if my logic fails. He could totally teleport herself out, but she won't be able to get back in again. And since all the vacation fairy godmothers are being held hostage, she doesn't really want to escape this point. She can project outside, which is one of the results. So, does it bend the logic too much if she's able to pass something out the window, even though she can't see or hear him with the without the projection spell? So I'm trying to figure that out. Okay. She projects and seeing here requirement to satisfy the act of passing something through the window is now a consequence of him successfully signaling. You can reinforce the tension and possibility of making it tricky. Maybe she has to carefully aim, or the object can only be small enough to fit through, or it could be temporarily enchanted to reach him. This keeps it from feeling like a free loophole. Player still has agency. Yeah. So you open a window and stick your head out. You could leave and presumably get back in through the window at the same time. So that negates the purpose of putting the spell there. Yeah, that's actually okay. That's doable. That's doable. That's actually doable. I see what you mean. She would not be able to put her hand through, but tossing an inanimate, non-magical objects would work like normal. I could see that, yeah. Doesn't stop her from tossing pencil notes or other mundane items out the window. She can even hand over something magical if it's contained, like a small enchanted mirror or a charm, as long as it doesn't let her bypass the barrier itself. To meet opportunities for player agency, Hubert can choose which objects to request, or he can choose which hand to add out. Okay, so okay. Okay. Um, Let me think. So that means you might be able to throw objects into the window, assuming it was already open. Keep in mind you can see inside, but presumably can't affect the window, so he can't open it on his side. Huh. Okay. So now the question is, why would the player choose open the window. And throw stuff out, instead of just looking in the textbook. I present a choice. You want to point to the textbook or point to the window. Why would they choose point to the window? It's basically why wouldn't they just do the easiest thing, which is, yeah, obvious way to communicate what he wants. Pointing to the window seems less intuitive, so you need a reason the player might pick it. Curiosity. Uh, uh, okay, I just thought of something. Let's say the window is already open. She still can't see or hear him. So she just thinks it's open to the outside. But maybe the choice for the window might be something like looking around. Hubert searches for a way to communicate. Hit 1 to for way to communicate. He notices a few textbooks on the table. And as he looks toward the open window, yeah, okay, so the projection wouldn't work like that though. You wouldn't be able to see or hear from the projection's perspective. He'd still be seeing it from the outside. So that wouldn't work either. Um, maybe he casts a shadow on the window ledge when he's not supposed to. Um, That isn't gonna work either. So if he cast a shadow window edge, how is he going to get her to look at it? He probably wouldn't even see the shadow from outside. Let's see. The ledge is inside. You can't make a shadow. Um, well, I don't have a problem with her actually, with him actually casting its shadow. Part of the magic is that it's blocking her from seeing anyone. So it just looks like the outside to her. However, he might be able to physically cast a shadow on it if he's close enough. The big question is how to get her to see that. So the blocking magic just makes her see the normal outside, but Uber can somehow cast a shadow on the window. Challenge is she's not naturally aware of it, so that she can't see anything outside, only what the spell lets her see inside. One way to make it work without breaking your logic, make the shadow interactive or magical enough to attract attention. Few ideas. A shadow could shimmer or wiggle in a magical way that draws her eye. Not a normal shadow, something lively. Enchanted window is a mirror minor teaching tool, sensitive to outside disturbances, magical gesture recognition. Oh, oh, I just figured something out too. Um, I could try it another way. Maybe, maybe realizing she doesn't see him, see or hear him, he decides to toss a pebble or something into the window, enough for her to look at it. Okay. Um, I don't need a lot, but this sounds like the way to go. He does do projection. His image pops up and he points to the window. He goes over and examines the window and sees nothing of interest. Then throws a pebble in, and she looks at it intently, and then throws another, and she realizes he's probably outside. At that point, she could cast her own projection spell. Bookway is fairly straightforward. Just finding the right spell. Would allow him to communicate. Aha, something is happening now. Now this is fine. I can go off of this. Okay, let's go ahead and add this to my notes here. Now, okay. So then they can chat, right? Then they have the conversation, okay? Now, the only other thing is the projection spell produces audio, so he can talk to her directly. Is there anything in that would make it feel like the computer has agency? Probably just like a two-choice thing that does the same thing. I don't want it to do like a lot of branching, just a little bit. Nah, okay, I guess that's still the one thing I have to think about is that uh Hmm. I don't know. I might have to leave that one. It might just have to be the super simple one. Okay. Favorites. Rooms. T4. Heroes of Flame. Very Godcollege sales. It's back. Of course. That's really the only information he gets. Hmm. Think. The only thing I can say is he casts projection, then she's able to hear this disembodied voice. Hmm. Still trying to think it through. Still trying to think it through. Uh, okay, so the audio thing is a little bit different. Instead of having a conversation, maybe it's a little too loud. In other words, you project your voice. Projecting your voice means it's loud and it picks up. That means guards could come and hear and come down and see what's going on. Okay, I could do something where audio projection is a bit loud and causes guards to open her door, although they can't see outside either. So he's going to have to tell her. Projection again. Projection. You choose projection. what? Okay, so what did I say here? Okay, so it's gonna be project spell no matter what. That's actually fine. Um, hmm, there's no choice there either. So this linear. Hmm. Oh, oh, stop to think about it. Hmm. Uh, any ideas for other forms of communication? Well, with video projection, he could signal for her to use a different. That's not true. She could use her own projection daily, and it would be outside, and it wouldn't matter then. Hmm. Almost got it, but not quite. Kind of annoying part about this. Mm. Mm. Dang. Gotta figure this out. Gotta figure it out. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe it can be linear. Not sure. The only thing I can see to do is the audio projection way they can have the conversation directly, and then and that leads to and practically can be done on page. It's linear, but uh, maybe I should just not worry about that. It's like the easy way, hard way. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try that. And there's the easy way and the hard way. In other words, okay, so you pick the audio one, then it'll just be a quick matter of a conversation to find out the information. If you pick the one that's the visual one, um, then you have to do the gesture thing, and then you can do the two gestures. One is you can either point to a textbook or point to the window. If you point to the textbook, he points directly to the projection spell. She does it. They have a conversation outside. If um, if you go to the window, she goes to the window. Um, he throws like a pebble or whatever. Um, and maybe he does something like that. He like points to it. He gestures, and then she gets the idea. Oh, the projection spell, and then she does that, and they have still have that conversation. And then the super easy way, which of course is just straight up. someone might choose one every time, and then the other thing is the choose your own adventure version. Yeah, maybe I just won't worry about that. You know, I need to get this thing done, right? So, okay. So pick one. You get the audio projection. They have a short conversation about Violet and the vacation fairy godmothers. You pick the one that does visual projection. Hubert appears and gestures to either the book, gestures to both, and the window. If they pick the window, uh, examining the window, Hubert throws a couple of pebbles in, and she realizes his projection didn't work, and she casts her own, and then has a conversation. If they pick the textbook, then Hubert gestures to the spell he wants, and then they also have the conversation. That sounds good, actually. I like that. I like that. That's actually not very hard to do either. Okay, that sounds great. Give me a second here. I am going to, well, yeah, just give me a moment here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Pardon me. We had a hard carb heavy meal for the first time in a long time. Figured since it's near Christmas, Dad really wanted some Chinese, and that we do that. So, anyways, okay, so let's pull up project, and we'll go ahead and do like I said. All right, this one, Hubert's Old Flame. Okay. Uh, let me think for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up here, and I'm gonna draw a little like line in here, and Hubert tries to enter grade Godcollege. But an invisible shield stops him from physically injury. He makes his way to the side where he can see in a window a classroom with a bunch of old ladies dripping they appear to be attempting to mount a broom with disastrous and often comical results. Um, let's think. Okay, let's start the replay buffer. Okay. Now let me go look at my text real quick. Okay. He finally spots someone he recognizes and girlfriend. His old girlfriend, Vanilla. Vanilla? Vanilla doesn't sound like a fairy godmother. Vanilla. Vanilla. And see something here. Had a spot of a name for Root's old flame fairy godmother vanilla. And I was thinking vanilla, but just um, just on an odd thought and decided to change it to F because it kind of sounds like an F. Not a real name to be sure, but what what do you think? I doubt ChatGPT is gonna think anything, but it'll probably say, hey, that's a great name or something dumb like that. But see, I like it. Vanilla has a soft whimsical sound, and the connection of vanilla gives it subtle playfulness of being on the nose. Yeah. Okay. Maybe she smells like vanilla. Maybe that's kind of her deal. Like she doesn't have perfume, but she. Okay. Projection, projection, projection. Okay. Yeah. He tries frantically to get her attention, but doesn't appear to see him. See him or hear him. So he figures the only way to communicate is with the projection spell. Even if it doesn't work properly. The only problem is knowing how his halfway magic will manifest. Hit 1 or 2. To attempt projection. I'll do it like that. Oop. Okay. Save that. Go ahead and save room data. Clear that out. Okay. Okay, so we're okay. I'm gonna come up with the okay. So let's come up with a new page. Let's copy this. Copy. Let's go down to where's the new page at? Oh, down here. We can actually bump it up here, I guess. Okay. New location. So the ID is going to be paste, but we are going to go ahead and say we're going to call it something different. We're gonna call it page 1 dash a new projection. Um, Broadcast wizard. No, broadcast would be like broadcasting like radio or TV or something. Let's see. What do I call it? Uh, okay. Incommunicado. Okay, fine. I'll just do that. Comunicado. Here, let me check something here. Hey, Laura Emily. Uh, okay, incommunicado. And we can actually label page 2 incommunicado as well because it's essentially kind of the two things, right? Uh, Communicado. Like that. And this is still chapter copy. Chapter 3, back to school. Like that. Okay. And we're going to do this as the visual. Yes, yes. And there. Okay, so we're let me think. Let me add a new room. Actually, let's go ahead and save room data right now. Let's add another room. And we're gonna make that kind of like the end room, the last room. So I don't know how many pages it'll be, but well, you know what? I could just yeah. Okay. Um okay, we're gonna make this the conversation here. I'll call this. I guess what I'll do is let's go over here. Copy. Well, actually, let's copy this one. Copy. Uh, Paste. Do that. Maybe I can make it. Well, what do you think for a second? Okay, well, I guess we'll do it the title way, and I'll do this based on this. Okay, so this is going to be visual projection. So okay, so this is one or two, right? So this is visual. Uh, Hubert puts on a few new hats, and let's see here. Actually, okay, and that's the projection spell. Suddenly, his image appears in classroom. First, and vanilla is started. She tries to talk to Hubert, but he can only gesture. Um, to be able, this will be in line. To be able to communicate, uh, he points to a textbook on one of the desks. And also toward the window. Hit 1 to go over to the window. Hit 2 to point at a go over to the window. Hit 2 to point to open one of the text books. Take this out. That's part of Incommunicado. Page 1 Incommunicado. I'm just going to label these pages as it comes. It doesn't matter what order they're in. So we'll see here. Quick sec. Okay, so right. So we got this. Okay. Now, oh, I did. That's what I did. Okay. So this one is going to be P1. This one's going to be P2. Call it P2. And we'll say this one is, what was it? Right. One is towards the window. So this is going to be the window. Room with a view. And an open window. Do I even need to be that creative with this? Room without a view. Uh, Open windows. At the window. Okay, fine. At the window. At the window. Chapter 3. At 2. Fuel. Okay. Description. Okay. Let's add a new one. Right now I'm just kind of adding rooms. Okay. Actually, I should also make sure that that's this one, right? So there's 4 so far. And I'm gonna try. Well, the audio one is not gonna be that hard. It's just gonna be an extra one extra thing. So if it goes over a little bit over 12, it's kind of okay for this. Um, we'll still try to keep it down though. But so incommunicado, window textbook. So then we're going over to the window. And right at the window, then she gets the idea. So okay, let's add a new deal here. Wait, this is at the window. This one is new location. This one's new location 1. Okay, that's all right. I'll fix that. At the window. This guy up here. Okay, so this is at the window, and then she does a projection. We'll call this copy. Go into here, paste. I'll go in here, and we're gonna also paste. Go back over here, copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, just making sure that looks the same. Okay. It's gonna be P3. And it's going to be, let me see. Okay, okay, so what's this one called? At the window, the gestures tour, then she does a projection spell, and so right. A conversation with old friend. Okay. 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 So that. Well, actually, if I don't change any of these, okay. All right. So this one is at the window. This one is Magic Wand Basics. So, you know what I might do here? We're gonna have 1, 2, then 3, 4. Okay. Okay, let's call this one Basics. Call this 1 basics, like that. Okay, so these are going to go down to this one. Okay. All right. So you choose the visual one. You choose number one, which is the window. The window, eventually you go doing the projection thing and you have the conversation. This time you're still doing the visual. This time you go over to the textbook, right? The textbook uh, goes to here. So that's good. That's that. All right. And then we'll go ahead and put this down here. And then we're going to go ahead and add another one. This is going to be the audio one. In fact, I thought I might have too many things in here, and I actually don't. I actually almost don't have enough, but it's kind of okay just because of what it is. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy, paste, and copy, and paste. Okay. So this is visual, this is audio. The disembodied voice. The disembodied voice. Disembodied voice. Okay. Visual frame and communicado. At the window. I'm actually going to give that another, okay. I'm going to give it one more. That's going to be kind of linear too, but that's kind of okay. Because that's going to be the other incommunicado one. That's over here, like this. That. And let's see some here. Can I control V here? Yep, it does. Okay, good. Copy. Paste. This is not called the disembodied voice. That's down there. This is called incommunicado. Incommunicado. Again. Incommunicado. Incommunicado. Okay. And this one's disembodied voice. Now, and they go back to there. So all in all, this is what, 7? It's only 7 pages. It's not. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Because I know that the Wizard U is going to have quite a bit more. I'll still have to compress it, but I can sort of balance it out. In other words, I can make it up to 15 and keep this at 7, so that the amount of deals are about the same, I think. Anyways, it looks like we're getting pretty good, pretty close here to being done. So, okay. So I've actually named all of these, right? Right. Okay, so this is going to be, this is page 1. This is actually going to be page 2 here. Do that before I save anything. This one's going to be page 3. It's going to be 4. 4. This one is going to be page 5. This one's going to be page 6. Okay. Okay, so this one's actually going to go to here. So copy. No, actually, let's do something here. Let's put this. Let's go to the door. Guess he's back in town. Copy. Door specs. Paste. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is right. Guess who's back in town? It's going to go down to that one. Now this one. Okay, so this one is this. Copy. Paste. Paste. And this is going to actually be P2. So, okay, that takes care of, oh, that doesn't take care of these. What the heck? Here, let's do this. Let's copy that. Okay, and then test one, semicolon, semicolon. Okay. All right. P1, P2. That's okay. I'll leave it. Copy. Now this one's going to go to, this is going to be choice 2 here. That. And then this one is actually going to go to P3 at the window. Just go there. So C. B at the window, and then this one is one basic, so let's go copy back over here. Control B, one basics. Okay. And this one went to Communicado, which is this one. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, this is going to that. That's going to go to disembodied voice. Copy. And we're going to paste, and we're going to put semicolon, and we're going to go ahead and set ch colon space 1 comma yes colon space that. So okay, and then down here is this one. Copy. Door here. Paste. Home. Ch colon space 1 comma. Right? I think that's right. Copy. Paste. Paste. And what we'll do here is we'll save room data. That does seem to work okay. I still have to write the text into these a couple pages in here, but that's not bad. That ain't hay. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that looks good actually. Go ahead and clear that. Let's go ahead, scene, reload, save scene. Okay. And this one, guess who's back in town? Oh, yeah. This is actually gonna go down to that. Okay. Almost done with this one. Okay, let's see here. Longest single stream I've had in a while without any breaks. Um, Looks like that. Okay. I guess now the only thing to do is to fill in the rest of those pages. Let's put this up in here like this. Okay. So then we got uh, one or two then projection incommunicado. She tries to talk to Brooke, but he can only gesture. Go to the window. Okay. At the window. Um, Looking all over the window. vanilla doesn't understand until a few pebbles are thrown into the window. And actually, this is to show that he is there. Vanilla uh, points to Hubert, then asked if he's outside the window, to which he nods. Pulling out her own magic wand, she casts her own projection spell, face to face with Hubert. Okay. Alright, let's go here. Let's save it. Okay, let's go into here. Let's save wand basics. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. Hubert points to a textbook that's entitled Wand Basics. And then Vanilla opens it and starts flipping pages. When she lands on the projection spell, points and nods, and then she casts it and comes face to face with Hubert. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and we're going to save room data. Disembodied voice. Now, I guess he can have a straight up conversation. Wait, that's right. Maybe that shouldn't go to this one. Here, let's put this one over here. It's just where we're gonna put the deals. This one is actually going to go to this one here. Guess who's back in town, like this. Okay, and then we're gonna go to door. Go to here. B. So, say room data. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now now here's where the conversation, I gotta remember the conversation. And actually I might be able to copy some of this here. Um, Copy, and we're gonna paste that in here. the conversation. Although I'm not gonna leave this as the conversation. Uh, shouldn't be here. Please, where's it to be coming? You should know her. You asked her to marry you instead of me, Violet. She's here. Yes, she's taken over the school, putting these poor little old ladies through the ringer. Something about an army, I don't know how they would fit in though. But I need to figure some things out. Okay. Alright. So Vanilla says and be here, and he asks her why. She tells him the vacation great mothers are forced to become witches. Something about an army, but she doesn't know how they fit in that. He asks who's doing it, and she responds that it's the woman that stole his magic. Evil Violet and Shadow. Okay. Replies she's taken over this one. Then she states Violet has taken over the schools. Where tells her to stay put while he gets some more information. Heads back. He heads back to the rendezvous point. Oh, he's not going to the rendezvous point. He heads over to Wizard U. The final bit of information. Okay, hit one to continue. Okay. she stays balanced to go. So stay put. They'll just stay put. Okay. All right. Save room data. Now, I'm going to take this and virtually select all, copy, virtually copy it over here. Talking to Hubert's body voice. No. She says you couldn't be here. She also tells him the big are forced to become witches. He mentioned something about an army that doesn't figure old ladies could be recruited. Refruited. He's asked who's doing it. Shaban's the woman. Okay. Okay. So, save room data. And it looks like we got that next part done. How about that? I guess I could test it. Let's go ahead and copy. Oh, I gotta remove that text, but that's okay. Hebert tries to interfere at Godcollege, but invisible shield. Oh, okay. I'll have to fix that too. Hebert tries to interfere at Godcollege, visible shield just stops him from physically entering. He makes his way to the side where he can see the window at a classroom with a bunch of old ladies. They appear to be attempting to mount broom with disastrous and often comical results. He finally spots someone he recognizes, an old girlfriend, Vanilla. He tries frantically to get her attention, but she doesn't appear to see him or hear him. So he figures the only way to communicate is with the projection spell, even if it doesn't work properly. The only problem is knowing how his halfway magic will manifest. Hit 1 or 2 to attempt projection. So I hit 1. He puts on a few hats, casts a projection spell. I'll have to, it looks like I have to, anyways, yeah. Here, let's do this. Hubert puts in a few new hats, casts a projection spell. Suddenly his image appears in the classroom. Vanilla is startled. She tries to talk to Hubert, but he can only gesture to be able to communicate. He points to a textbook on one of the desks and also to the window. Hit window, go over to the window. Okay, something not right. All right. Okay, let's see something here. One to go over to. I probably got. Okay. Okay, so this, I gotta delete this. Okay. Okay, let's start on the chest. P4-1 basics. P3 at the window. P3 at the window. Um, three and four, right? Page 3 and page 4. Okay, let's go ahead and copy. Switch room. One to go over window, one to open. Let's understand it until a few pebbles are thrown into the window. Okay. Okay. Let's make sure we have one to continue here. It one to continue. It one to continue. That. Oh. Oh, incommunicado. Okay. I did forget one here. Select all, copy, go to here, let's give it a paste. Uh, mm, suddenly, okay. Suddenly, everyone stops what they're doing as Hubert's voice booms inside the room. Someone else started, and then realizes he must be using projection and asks him to be a little more quiet. Oh, I see what I was gonna do. I was gonna have her. See, I think I'll leave it this way. He asks her to attenuate the volume because his magic is unpredictable. And she does. 1, 2, continue. Converse. No. That. Okay. And there we go. Right. Okay. Room data. That seems to work. Or maybe I'll do some testing. Dad's awake, and so I want to say thanks everybody for actually for watching or for stopping by or whatever. If you heard it, whatever. So, anyways, I'll see you. I'll see you the next time I see you. Thank you for watching today's bonus stream. Merry Christmas, everybody.